Picture this. You're walking to lunch in Boston. The air is cold, the streets are noisy, and then, without warning, a giant tidal wave of molasses comes crashing through the streets. Not water, not fire, but thick, sticky pancake syrup. And it's moving at nearly 60 kilometers an hour. This isn't a joke. This is the day Boston drowned in molasses. And it's one of the strangest, deadliest disasters in U.S. history. It's January 15th, 1919. Boston's North End is buzzing. Horses pull carts over cobblestones. Kids play stickball in the street. Workers are heading to factories. And towering above them is a steel tank. 15 meters high, 90 feet wide. Inside, more than 8.7 million liters of molasses. Enough to fill 3 Olympic swimming pools. The tank belonged to the Purity Distilling Company. They used molasses to make alcohol, especially rum. And thanks to World War I, alcohol was in huge demand. But here's the thing. People already knew the tank wasn't safe. Locals complained about strange groans and rumbles. Molasses leaked down the sides so often that kids brought cups to collect it as a free snack. Still, the company ignored it, because fixing it would cost money, and money came first. At 12:40 p.m., the tank gave way. Witnesses said the sound was like a machine gun. Others swore it was an earthquake. The steel walls ripped apart, and suddenly, 2.3 million gallons of molasses exploded into the streets. A wave 25 feet high roared down Commercial Street. That's as tall as a 2-story house. It wasn't slow. This wasn't sticky goo crawling along. It moved at 56 kilometers an hour, faster than a sprinting human. Buildings were ripped off their foundations. A train trestle collapsed. Horses were swallowed whole. And people were caught with no chance to run. Because here's the thing. Molasses is heavier than water. Much heavier. Imagine cement mixed with glue moving like a tsunami. Once it touched you, there was no escape. People described being thrown like rag dolls. Some said it felt like being stuck in quicksand. One firefighter was pinned against a wall for hours before his crewmates dug him out. Others weren't so lucky. A child walking home from school vanished under the wave. Rescuers later found him blocks away. And this all happened in seconds. In less than 5 minutes, an entire neighborhood was buried in sugar syrup. When the flood finally settled, the devastation was clear. 21 people dead. 150 injured, houses crushed like toys, streets knee-deep in molasses. Rescue was almost impossible. Every step was a battle. Boots got stuck, tools were useless. Even horses panicked, sinking deeper the more they struggled. The cleanup took weeks. Crews tried shovels, hoses, even salt water. But the molasses spread everywhere. It stuck to the streets, to buildings, to people's clothes. And here's the craziest part. For decades afterward, people swore that on hot summer days, the streets of Boston smelled like molasses. So why did it happen? An investigation revealed that the tank was poorly built. The steel was too thin. Rivets popped like buttons under pressure. And the company knew. Internal memos showed they skipped safety tests. They painted the tank brown to hide leaks instead of fixing them. To make it worse, the day of the disaster was unusually warm. The molasses expanded, pressurizing the tank until it burst. And the fallout, oh, it was huge. Families sued the company. The court battle lasted 6 years. Eventually, the company paid out $628,000 in damages, about $9 million today. It was one of the first times in U.S. history that a corporation was held accountable for a disaster. Engineers even say this case helped shape modern building codes. So the next time you enjoy pancakes with syrup, remember, once upon a time, molasses wasn't sweet. It was deadly. What do you think? Would you have survived the Great Molasses Flood? Tell us in the comments below, and if you want more true but unbelievable stories like this one, hit subscribe and join the Red Rabbit crew.